Hello everyone and welcome to our playthrough of Fallout, which came out in 1997 and was made by Interplay, or at least published by Interplay. I'm not 100% sure. This is the Fallout Classic Edition that was released on GOG a number of years ago. It's one of my favorite games. I've played through it 5-6 times. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but it is to me, trust me. So we went to New Game. And you can start out the game with a number of pre-made characters. You can start with Max Stone, who's strong, can't see very well, good at running and swimming and the like, doesn't talk very well, doesn't think very well, decent agility, and terrible luck. Then there's Natalie, who is also bad at the things, and Albert, who's also pretty bad at the things. Or you can do what I think everybody does who plays Fallout and makes their own character. So we're going to start by naming him. We're going to name him Kerwin. It's one of my favorite games. Sorry, one of my favorite names in these kind of games. This is our character's age, which is completely unimportant. But hey, I'm 30, so we'll make him 30, and he's got 30 hit points. It seems to match. You can be a male or a female. I'm going to be a guy, because I'm a guy. And here are our special stats, which everybody may be familiar with, since they've played Fallout 3 and 4, more than likely. But if you haven't, we have Strength, Perception, Endurance, Charisma, Intelligence, Agility, and Luck. So then you have to decide what kind of character you want to build from the get-go, because if you build your character a certain way and play a certain way that isn't in correlation with that, it's going to go really, really badly. So, we're going to make our guy so unlucky. You start out with basically 40 points, and those 40 points you can distribute however you like. I don't mind being very unlucky. It mirrors my real life. Haha. So I'm fine with that. I also don't need to be too strong, but kind of strong. The biggest thing that I always put all of my points into is agility, because that directly relates to your action points, which is how all combat in this game is done. So we're going to put that up to 10. It also messes with your armor class, your base armor class that you have when you're not wearing armor. I also like to be a smooth talker in these kind of games. Put that up to a 7. And for better hit points, we're going to put up our endurance. So you also get to pick 2 optional traits. Those range anywhere from fast metabolism. Your metabolic rate is twice normal. This means that you are much less resistant to radiation and poison, but your body heals much faster. All the way to things like Jinxed. The good thing is that everyone around you has more critical failures in combat. The bad thing is, so do you. This was one of the appeals for me when this game came out, is I really loved all of the art in this. The ones that I typically go with are Fast Shot. You don't have time to aim for a targeted attack because you attack faster than normal people. It costs you 1 less action point to use a weapon, and that's a big deal to me. A lot of people really like to get something like a sniper rifle and take range shots from afar, but I like to get a little more up close and personal. So we're going to take Fast Shot, and I believe you get 2 of these, right? Yes, 2. Chem resistance is not one we want. Then there are ones like skilled. Since you spent more time improving your skills than a normal person, you start with better skill levels. Which if you watch up here, all of those go up by 10 points, which can be a really big trade-off. However, the trade-off is that you do not gain as many extra abilities. You will gain a perk every 4 levels instead of every 3 levels. Perks are pretty important. So then there's Gifted. You have more innate abilities than most, so you have not spent as much time honing your skills. Your primary statistics are each +1, which that would be these, your special skills. But you lose 10% on all skills to start and receive 5 less skill points per level. And that's a tough one. The only 2 that I ever find do me any good are Skilled or Gifted. But as you can see with Gifted, it makes all of these go way down, which kind of gives us a slower, harder start, but it makes all of these go up. And This puts this over into 11, and the reason it's red is it's showing that you're getting no extra abilities from having it go up. As you can see, our armor class didn't go up at all. But everything else goes up. Our carry weight goes up, our melee damage goes up, poison resistance, all of that. I think I'm going to go with Gifted. Because there are only 3, maybe 4 skills that I work with throughout the entire game anyway, so getting rid of that. And then it's a question of, do we want to see better? Better endurance, better charisma, intelligence, luck. Which is interesting because you can't actually take that point away if it's underneath 10, but you can if it's over 10. So we're going to go with endurance. We're going with endurance for a higher hit point rate. See, now we're up to 38 hit points. So then there's a couple things you can select through here. Small guns, big guns, energy weapons, unarmed, melee weapons, throwing, all kinds of stuff. But a lot of it just isn't that necessary. For me, the ones that are important are small guns, which as you can see when you tag one of these skills as one of your primary skills, they go up by 20%? Yeah, so 35 to 55. And then there's speech, which is a big deal for my character. The way I've built him is that he shoots a lot and he talks a lot. So we're going to take speech, takes that up to 51%. And then the third one's always kind of up in the air. Doctor is good for mending your limbs, but you can go to a doctor in the game to do that. Never use melee weapons, never use unarmed, never throw grenades. First aid is good for healing your actual hit points up, but there's so many items in the game to do that with, it's kind of a redundant skill if you ask me. Steel could be good if that's the kind of character you're playing, but as you will soon learn, I am a Boy Scout and like doing all the nice things, all the nice ways for all the nice people. I don't know that I've ever seen or used anything in traps at all. Science can be good. You get different dialogue options. So it covers a variety of high technology skills, such as computer, biology, physics, and genealogy. Excuse me, geology. Genealogy did seem like a strange one to fall under there, but hey, whatever. But we're going to go with Bard. So we're good with guns, we're good at talking, and we're good at buying and selling stuffs. Trading and trade-related tasks. The ability to get better prices for items you sell and lower prices for items you buy. And so we just want to make one more cursory glance, make sure we used up all of our points, and gave our character a name. Otherwise, they don't have one. 30, male, small gun, speech, barter, gifted, fast shot, and I think we are good to go.
You're here. Good. We've got a problem. A big one. The controller chip for our water purification system has given up the ghost. Can't make another one, and the process is too complicated for a workaround system. Simply put, we're running out of drinking water. No water, no vault. This is crucial to our survival. And frankly, I think you're the only hope we have. You need to go find us another controller chip. We estimate we have 4 to 5 months before the vault runs out of water. We need that chip. We marked your map with the location of another vault. Not a bad place to start, I think. Look, just be safe. Okay? Okay?
Had a little hiccup there. And here we are in the game world. As you can see, this little red cursor is your cursor. This is our character. You can click on him to turn him around. And this is Ed. Ed's dead. So there's all kinds of flavor text when you look at things throughout the world. I'm changing my cursor by clicking the right mouse button. And you can click it after hovering over something. You can just click the left mouse button and it will do whatever is the most obvious option. And luckily this guy had some bullets and a knife. So now we have something to barter with. But as you can see, when you click and hold the left mouse button, you have different options. You can interact with it, you can look at it, you can use an item on it, you can use a skill on it, or you can cancel. We're going to activate it. I'm going to go back into the vault. Game's over. And then as you can see, more flavor text pops up down here. You use the door computer. The computer does not recognize your access code. So that's not good. So we're going to go into our inventory, and we're going to equip our pistol. And as you can see in here, we have a knife, some 10mm JHP, it all pops up down here as you look over it. Stim packs, some flares, and some 10mm AP. You can cycle through your inventory with these buttons. Gives you a quick rundown of all of your options right there. Here's our character screen where we will get better or worse karma as the game progresses. And then kills, which shows pretty much everything that we've slain throughout the game. Also showing our level 1 with 0 XP and 1000 until we get to our next level. Shows our traits, so on and so forth. But I'm sure if you're still around, you actually want to see some of the gameplay. So you click once to just walk, and double click to run. And we're already in our first combat. So we have a rat. When you're in combat, as you select through, you get additional options. And the way combat works in this game is, as you can see down here at the bottom near the pistol, these blips are our action points. I went ahead and completely filled this up by giving us 10 agility. Sorry, I couldn't remember where it was for a second. By giving us 10 agility, which gives us the most action points. So you can right click through all these and it shows all of the enemies that are in your general area. As you can see, this cave is infested with rats. So as you hover over something that you want to attack, it shows your percentage to hit. Now where we have a lot of points into small guns, we have a very high percentage to hit. So let's give it a shot. We shot him and he is dead. As you can see in the bottom left, Cave Rat was hit for 12 points and was killed. Because they're pretty weak. Now you can look at enemies as well and get a general idea. You see Cave Rat, she looks unhurt. Later on there's a perk you can get that'll tell you exactly how many hit points that people have. Let's see how we do at a distance. As you can see here, we have a negative 13% chance to hit. And farther out, negative 39% chance to hit. But they don't seem real interested in fighting us. So what we're going to do is we're just going to end the combat. And we can do that by ending our turn or just ending the combat. So we're going to end the combat. We're going to move up to this rat. Who doesn't seem to have noticed us. Ah, that one did. We got a little too close. So we were hit for 3 hit points. You can see down here, we have 35 hit points and 10 armor class. And we're going to get rid of that rat too, and hey, with a 31% chance, that was pretty good. So as you can see here, we used 4 for one attack, because this requires action points of 4 to fire, and then 4 more for our secondary attack against that rat, which I did not think was going to hit, but hey, whatever, I'm cool with it. So there are different options as well when you go through here. You can right-click on the weapons to give you different options, such as burst mode, single fire mode, and reload. Reload is 2 action points, so we're going to go ahead and do it, which will subsequently end our turn. But since none of the other rats seem to care... Oh, nope, that guy does. Never mind. All of the combat in this is clearly turn-based. But we need to get out of here. So we're going to end our turn, which I did with the spacebar. I like keyboard shortcuts, so you're probably going to notice me using those a lot. I guess you won't notice. You'll just see things happen and then say, wait, what did he do? There's not an inordinate amount of music in this game, but there is a lot of ambient sounds. So like those clicks and clacks you hear, I guess they're representing near the vault. That those are keys clacking on a keyboard. That is not me. So here, to the west, you can see natural light. For the first time in your life, you are looking at the outside world. So these shaded areas, you enter them to leave or transition to a new area. When they're brown-red like this, it's an exit grid. And when they're green, you don't leave the area, you just transition to a new area inside the same map. But we're going to go ahead and go. And this is the world map. These are our known locations along here with the date. The date does matter because you only have 150 days to get the water chip before your vault runs out of water. But, I mean, where is there for us to go? We don't know anything other than where they've marked on our map. So, I guess let's head to Vault 15. If you click a location that you already know, it will get you started in that direction. And you can see locations are outlined by large green circles. Just like this one. Hey, what is this? We have no idea. So for now, it just says that it's unknown. Well, let's walk on in there. Welcome to Shady Sands, stranger. Please holster that weapon while you're here. I will respect your wishes and put it away with a cool RoboCop twist. And we see a dog. You see Katrina. She has a very pretty smile. You see Seth, leader of the guards of Shady Sands. We're going to talk to Seth. So whenever you go into dialogue, it pauses all of the action and brings up a separate dialogue window. And with this, you can do things such as barter, if he has anything to barter, which most people don't. He actually has 42 caps. And these are 100% of the currency in the game of Fallout. And okay, so we're moving our knives over. So you can manually do this if you only wanted to do one. But we want to get rid of all of these knives. I'm never going to use them. And as you can see, they're worth a pretty penny, actually. What about our flares? They're worth a little bit, too. All right, well, we'll hang on to our knives for now, then. And a rope is 23. So then I believe we can get approximately 13. Oh, I was close. I'm not great at math. And we're going to go ahead and make that offer. And there's no rigmarole, there's no crazy stuff in this game. What it's worth is what it's worth, and what their thing is worth is what it's worth. That's what the barter skill is for, is it gives you better values on your selling and better values on your trading. They will, however, as you can see, this is $35 worth. We're going to take his 30 caps. They will take an offer that is in their favor, obviously, but they will not take one that is not in their favor. So, we can ask him for some information. We can review our conversation, which started with this. Good day. I'm called Seth. How can I help you? We're going to need that rope for later, by the way. So I'd like some information. Information? What do you want to know about? I want to know about this place. Shady Sands is a peaceful community. We have our own irrigation system so we can grow our own foods. If we were not plagued with raiders and rad scorpions, we would have no problems. What is a rad scorpion, you might ask? Those damn rad scorpions have been after our Brahmin, which again, what is a Brahmin? Since we moved here. Not a week goes by that someone doesn't get poisoned trying to keep them out of the pens. And also, the text will just quickly scroll down to the bottom, a lot of the times faster than I can read it, so you just go back up. Last week they took my brother Jarvis Raslow, our doctor, is looking for an antidote as quickly as he can. Hey, if you have the means to help us, why don't you talk to our leader, Aradesh? I'd like to know more about this place. Peaceful community. We have our own irrigation system, so he's already said that. I want to know about the raiders. There are several groups of raiders. I organize guards like Ian to help fight them off. There's one band to the southeast of here. Watch out for them. So, that's about all we can really ask him about. Nothing else, thanks. You should speak to Aradesh, our leader. He likes to meet all of our visitors. He should be in our town hall, the building to the south. So let's talk to this lady. A lot of the times video game logic kicks in, and as you can see, you see Katrina. She has a pretty smile. She looks unhurt. So let's talk to her. Welcome to Shady Sands, traveler. My name is Katrina. My job is to greet strangers and help them understand our village. We find that there are fewer problems if you listen to what I have to say. So we have options. Tell me about yourself. Please help me. I'm looking for a water chip. Have you seen one? Let's start with that. As a matter of fact, yes. My old home, Vault 15, had one. I haven't been there since I was hurt, but you might find what you're looking for there. Someone said that they tried to go to the vault to have a look around, but it was so dark and the elevator was broken. I hope you're better prepared. How could we prepare for a broken elevator? A rope, maybe? So, tell me about this place. You are standing in Shady Sands. We are but a small town in a large world. We just want to be left alone. Besides some mutated animals and other creatures of the desert, only the raiders give us trouble. Aradesh is our leader. He is in the large central house. Speak to him. Tell me about yourself. My life was very boring. I was raised in a vault. I lived there for many years, unfortunately. We were crowded and life was very bad. There was a schism, and many people left, taking with them the best equipment. Still, some of us tried to stay in the vault, but then we were attacked. I was hurt and I ended up here. Now I just try to help people. That's all for now. Thanks. So if you're not familiar with the franchise, the basic story is that a large world war, a large nuclear war happened, and I want to say 2050, 2055, something along those lines, and it basically turned the entire world into an irradiated wasteland. However, some people were spared by living in the vaults. We've been in the vaults for approximately, if I have my original date correct, it's 2161 at this time in the game. December 11th, 2161. It's 10:55 in the morning. I believe that it was 2055 when the war happened. So people have been sealed up in the vaults for right at 100 years. So these are buildings. The roofs don't get uncovered until you walk into them. And their interesting things is you can pickpocket pretty much anything, but people will get pissed. So let's talk to this guy. Welcome, stranger. We don't see your kind often. Why not? Look, Shady Sands don't need your kind from the hub or Junktown or wherever you're from. We do pretty good by ourselves. The last trader from the hub sold us a malfunctioning irrigation pump. We've had it with your dirty deals. You got it all wrong. I'm not like that. Yeah, right. So you say. Just don't get into any trouble, okay? No problem. So let's open up this old curtain here. See what these fine gentlemen are up to. Shady Sands guard, and a short, stocky man. Let's talk to him. Hello, stranger. You look like you're new here. What's your name? I'm Kerwin. Good to meet you. I'm Ian. Well, what do you do here? I was a guard for the merchants of the hub. However, I was shot during a raid by bandits. I've been staying here since the people have helped me recover. Still, my knowledge of the outside world and my experience make me useful here. Shady Sands is my home now. Occasionally, I even get to visit Junktown or the hub to do some training, since I'm the only person here who's ever really left town. I'm sorry to hear about your injury. Thanks. It's been healing up well, thanks to Roslo. What can I help you with? So we have a lot of the same information here, except for Seth. That's new. We haven't spoke to him. Tell me about Seth. Seth is a very brave fighter. He occasionally goes out to the Rad Scorpion caves to kill a few Rad Scorpions, but they always wind up coming back. They're just too many for him to fight. Are they really that dangerous? Rad Scorpions are very dangerous. They have a poisonous stinger in the tail, and they are very quick. Aradesh has been trying to find a way to get rid of them. If you feel brave, you could talk to Aradesh about them. Thanks. But we're not done talking to him. So, Gurren, what can I do for you? Can you give me directions to the hub in Junktown? The hub is a big trading center far south of Shady Sands. It's run by several different caravan groups of merchants. The Water Merchants, the Crimson Caravan, and the Fargo Traders. Junktown's a little south and a ways west. It's smaller, but still a good place to drop in for a drink. It's overseen by a fellow by the name of Killian Darkwater, the local shopkeeper, sheriff, and mayor. Thanks. So, could you help me out a bit? Your experience would be useful. Tempting offer. Since this place gets boring, tell you what, standard rates, 100 caps and you've got a deal. Well, one of the interesting things is, here we have two options. No thanks, because we don't have that many caps. If we had that many caps, a third option would appear that said, here you go. But, for now, we're going to go with, how about a piece of the action instead? Alright, I'll help you out in exchange for my share of the loot. Let's go. It'll be good to get back into the action. And now we have our first follower, Ian. And you gain 100 experience points for convincing Ian to join your quest. He will just follow along behind us. The only thing that I don't particularly care for in this game, well, I'm probably going to say that a lot because I'm going to do little nitpicky things. One of the things I don't particularly care for in this game is your party members. Other than combat, they're just kind of there. And you interact with them and change their behaviors through dialogue. So, you can sit here and say, draw your best weapon next time we go into battle. Sure thing. He's going to do that now. I need to change formation. I want you to keep a moderate distance. Sure thing. What weapons are you skilled with? I'm a good shot with just about any sort of pistol, and I can use a submachine gun too. I also know how to handle a knife. Well, that's great. Also interesting is you can barter with them. As you'll notice, here in the barter screen, all of this stuff has a price. Well, why would I buy stuff off of you? I mean, we're friends. We're in a group together. You're supposed to be sharing with me. So, what we'll do is we're going to make him a pack rat. Oh no, I forgot. Okay, that's my mistake. In Fallout 1, you still have to barter with them. So they can't actually carry much stuff. However, we're going to save the game real quick, which we can do by clicking F6, picking a save slot, and going right into our quick save. Over here we have our skill decks. We have steal. So we're going to go, and we're going to steal off of our brand new party member. The interesting thing about this is, unless I've forgotten, you could steal off of your party members, take all of their stuff, and they'll never, ever complain. They never say anything, they never catch you. Again, if I remember correctly, it's probably been 10 years since I've played this. Oh, I'm old. This game is 20 years old now. But we want to definitely leave him with some ammo and his pistol. His pistol. Because we don't want him going into battle unequipped. And you know, I think before we explore too much more, we're going to call this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you stick around. If you don't, I understand. But I'd love to see you all the way through to the end, because that's where we're going. Thanks, and have a good one.